One of two Sean's going down at UFC 280. Cannot wait to get your thoughts on this one, Meat. We got Sean Brady, your boy, taking on, remember the name, Belal Muhammad, who is on an absolute tear. I mean, this guy hasn't lost since 2019. I know people will like to reference the Leon Scott, excuse me, but that fight was only one round. We've seen fighters lose round one and come back and win fights before, so I chalked that one up as the no contest that it is. And his last loss was 2019. It was to Jeff Neal. Jeff Neal's been looking pretty good recently, and before that it was 2016, and he was losing against guys like Prime, Luque, and lost to Alan Joe Bam before that. Early on in his tenure. So none other than that, he's on an absolute tear, smoking everyone from Ligma Good to Diego Ligma, and he took out Stephen Thompson and Vicente Luque most recently. But he's taking on Sean Brady, and maybe you'll have to convince me of what Sean Brady's ceiling truly is. But this guy is 15-0, 5-0 in the UFC. Fed only killers from the onset, right? I mean, when you're having to debut against a guy like Court McGee, that's no easy out for sure. And he's got nice wins over Ismail Nardiev, who is a bum, just like Christian Aguilera. But the Jake Matthews win is aging nicely. Jake Matthews been looking super nice recently, and then he absolutely smoked Michael Chiesa. And I'll be honest with you, I thought that Chiesa was going to get that one done. So the fact that Sean Brady was able to beat Chiesa essentially at his own game was telling of how good this guy truly is. But is he going to be able to beat, remember the name, Belal Muhammad at his own game? Is he truly that high level, or is everyone once again forgetting the name?
Yeah, I don't know. People could be forgetting the name on paper. If you really look and you really think about it, Muhammad should be winning this from beginning to end, wherever it goes, from the ground to the feet, anywhere. Bilal's been looking absolutely insane. I mean, he was outstriking Vicente Luque, like what? Like on the feet, like easily. That was very spectacular to see. It was like, wow, he's full complete now. Before it was like, oh, he's just a grappler, he's a one-trick pony, but he's good at it. Now I mean, he looked great. So it's hard to argue, and it's hard to even justify that he's the underdog. To be honest, seeing Sean Brady as a minus 150, it's like clearly a bunch of Timmys are really high on Sean Brady because on paper, remember the name, should smash. But honestly, I'm a Timmy in this one because I'm riding Sean Brady. Sean Brady is the man. He's training with body bags and Petrosky, Spartan. I mean, those were absolute killers. Those guys are built different. Belal, you can tell he's scared. He joined Khabib's team for a week. Good luck, buddy, because that's not going to help you. You're not Islam. You're not Khabib. You're Belal. Remember, BKFC, because that's where you're heading. I'm sorry to say, but Sean Brady gets it done easy, convincingly. I'm guessing first or second round. I don't see this going to the distance. I think he gets a finish and puts a staple on it and goes, yo, I want Hamza. I want title shot next. Sean Brady, Philly boys, we here.
You are forever my partner at the grill, Meat, but in all of Meat Boy MMA history, I don't know if there has been a raw, more burnt take than the idea of Bilal Muhammad going to BKFC, because Bilal Muhammad, if anything, is a future champ of the UFC. Obviously, he would dominate over at BKFC, but it's just kind of blasphemous to even consider the idea personally. But in this one, do you think that the training partners will be huge on either end? Because, I mean, Bilal Muhammad, you described it as being scared to go as a reason for why he's going to train with Islam and all those killers. Do you think he's scared, or is this a great idea, knowing that Sean Brady is out there grappling with body bags, with Petrosky, with absolute killers over there in Philly? I mean, seems like a good tactical move, no? You think it's fear?
Yeah, so all jokes aside, obviously these guys don't have any fear. But Bilal respects Sean Brady's skill and he wants to be prepared, right? He's not actually scared, let's be honest. I mean, maybe scared of Sean Brady, but he's just more so trying to be prepared for this fight, which that's the smartest move he could have done because who could do better job than those guys to get ready for Sean Brady? I mean, maybe Bilal even does the upset and out grapple Sean Brady, but man, I mean, call me a Timmy or whatever in the comments. I'm on the Sean Brady train. This is Tom Brady 2.0 for the UFC. He's going to absolutely maul. It's going to be interesting to see how the stand-up goes if it stays standing up. I would imagine Bilal has the stand-up advantage because Sean doesn't really shown us too much of like, wow, he's got great stand-up like skills. It's just like he's got enough to get people down, smother, get the finish, or get the decision, easy work. But he's 29. He's only getting better. But the stories and the stuff I hear Belal training with Islam and Khabib, and he goes, wow, these guys are built different. I hear fighters training with Sean Brady, and they're going, that kid is built different. So I think Bilal's going to run into a little Americanized Dagestani, and he's going to get absolutely ragdolled.
Yeah, an American Dagestani definitely is a good comparison. I mean, Sean Brady has that take you down, absolutely smash you type style, but I guess I will just be surprised if he's able to do that to Belal Muhammad. I mean, you said it would be an upset if, remember the name, is able to out grapple Sean Brady, and I say don't call it. I do think Belal Muhammad will out grapple Sean Brady. I think that a lot of guys underestimate the strength that Belal possesses, and Sean Brady is one of those guys who is an absolute muscle shark, right? He's outstrengthening everyone essentially. Like he's taking everyone down and making them look like they should be at 155. But I think Belal Muhammad just has like this sort of unhuman, superhuman, low key strength, and I see him being able to out grapple Sean Brady. And then you also mentioned what this fight will look like on the feet. You said you would imagine that Belal has the stand up advantage, and I don't think there's any need to imagine. I mean, it's absolutely true that Belal Muhammad has the stand up advantage against Sean Brady. I mean, Sean Brady on the feet. I don't know, Meat. I'm ready to consider his skills as developing because I don't think he's a guy who really brings much fear from the stand up departments into his opponents. They're primarily worried about getting taken down and getting held down. And I think Belal Muhammad at this point in their careers is going to be too good to allow Sean Brady to take him down and just smoke him light work like he does to everyone else. And lastly, me one last idea that you touched on was you hear these stories of Sean Brady and all these gym tales of what he's doing, and I could just remind you that the same people telling those stories were telling the same stories about Pat Slabatini like 2 weeks ago, and he ran into Damon Jackson, the Leech, got finished in 30 seconds, light work. So I kind of think that Belal Muhammad is playing the Damon Jackson to Slabatini Leech-like role in this one, and ultimately he makes easy work of Sean Brady as a plus 130 dog, and hopefully, I guess because it hasn't happened yet, will allow people to remember the name. Any last thoughts?
No, yeah, that's a good point. He could be the Pat Slabatini 2.0, but also Pat Slabatini did not break world record at the UFC PI on endurance. I mean, Sean Brady, no one else is near. Not Islam, not Khabib, not Connor, not Belal. I'm talking he is so far ahead of anyone. And so, let's say it's a grapple match. I guarantee you Sean Brady out grapples because and also out weathers and breaks Belal. Like that would not surprise me because his cardio for an absolute meathead, somehow he has the most insane cardio apparently on human earth. Like what the UFC PI says on his endurance, it should not exist in a human, but it does with Tom Brady 2.0, aka Sean Brady.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he would definitely win the endurance belt for sure. But when we're talking about just an absolute scrap, gotta roll with remember the name. So, any last thoughts on this one? And admittedly, I can see a world where Sean Brady gets this one done. Can you see a world where Bilal wins?
100%. It like if Belal wins, it's like wouldn't surprise me. I mean the odds are pretty good. So if you're a Belal fan, you guys you got to rock it. To be honest, you won't after this fight. If he does win, you'll never see those odds again. Maybe unless he fights Usman. But I think Belal is going to prove a lot if he can get it done. Sean Brady. I don't know. This is just very fascinating fight. Throw in the comments who you got though. You taking Tom Brady or remember the name?